Are you struggling with change? Are you feeling like you're going through something very chaotic and in the process your performance is losing? You're not sure. We are kind of midway through the year and it's like, oh my God, how am I going to make this work? Last week, I talked with someone who started a new role in January. And again, the organization is going through change. So by September, things will change again. Are you feeling like things are always changing, not stable? You've not even mastered what is going on at that new level, and things are changing again. And you're like, how am I going to keep up with this? If you belong to any of these cases that I described, you are in a good place, because in today's video, we will talk about some pillars that you can stand on to continue to deliver great performance no matter what is going on: change, transformation, restructuration, reorganization, disruption, or even personnel reduction, however they call it. As you watch the video, before the end, you will learn at least 3 to 5 strategies you can implement that will ensure you deliver, that your performance do not suffer. Hey, I'm Judith Glory, and as usual, it's always a pleasure connecting with you. And I know, like last week, we were talking about performance improvement plan. I'm working on doing something to help co-create with you a plan that will help you finish strong. Now, Judy, you're talking about disruption change. Yeah, because someone reached out. Esther, if you're watching this particularly was designed for you. It really touched my heart. I really want to express my gratitude because you took the time to open up first, to express gratitude for the content too, to say, well, I would love to be part of the co-create. If you don't know what is co-create, go and watch the video. The link is below. Essentially, I want you to finish strong, to finish the year with great, outstanding performance. And if after your mid-year review, it's not like you're there yet, hey, you can still make it happen. And in co-create, which is July, just reach out, let me know. Let's together identify the things that you believe you need to finish strong. July, we discuss and agree on what is needed. In August, we do create the winning plan. And for the rest of the year, we are just going to execute on the plan. So Esty reached out when she saw that content. She loved it. And I really want to take a pause and appreciate all of you. You were many who reach out, actually. I think about you, Esty. I think about you, Sophie. I think about you, Barbara. I think about you, a couple of you that reach out and say, thank you, Judith, for doing this. Thank you for encouraging me and to make me see that it gives you value. I'll continue to do that. That's why, Esty, this is particularly for you. Again, as I say, Esty started a new job in January, promotion. Yay, good job. Well done for you. But just 6 months into the new role, things are changing. So they are not sure where they will land by September, meaning another change. When she's still trying to figure out what is needed in this new level, this new role. And a lot of people are in this situation. Another person reached out like, I would love to join your co-create, but I'm not sure like what will be used to measure my performance in November, because my company is also in reorganization and a lot of people may lose their job. I could hear the fear. I could hear the uncertainty. The video will help you know 3 to 5 things you can get sure on to ensure that no matter what, job loss, restructuration, or whatever transformation it is called, your performance keep up. So you just stop talking at the agenda. Well, my slides open up. It's been a long day, but I wanted to do this. Yes, so let's quickly go through the elements of what we'll be seeing today. Yeah, I've been talking about the pillars of performance. There are some key things that no matter what is going on, I mean, I've worked with leaders on technology transformation, change, restoration, acquisition, mergers. One thing I can shoot to you like right now, in general, Everyone loves a winning team member. I love the way it is said in French. On ne change pas l'équipe qui gagne. In other words, you don't change the great players. No, they can change, they can be bought and whatever. But when you are kind of a key player, um, those who make decisions know how you deliver, they know the impact. Everyone wants to bet on you. So as I'm throwing that out, I feel like asking you, would you say you are one of those key players? And if the answer is quickly yes, how do you know? What data do you have to show for it? So we are going to discuss in like how you ensure to be a key player will be something we will talk about. Don't worry if the agenda seems to be long like this. Was preparing this for a webinar actually, but since I got the question of SC, I'm like, okay, I'll leverage what I already had. Yay! Trying to work smarter, not harder. So, quickly, let's move because we have a maximum of an hour and already about 5 minutes have gone. Yeah, quickly, I was saying if you didn't watch last week, go and check because essentially we are in a time when we talk performance. Since 6 months, Judith, calm down. You're not obliged to do everything. Yes. 6 months have passed, and I don't know where you stand, but it is good to know. It is good to know how am I doing um against expectations. How am I doing? You don't even have to wait for your manager to schedule that meeting if you've not yet done your mid-year review. You need to know how are you doing. I feel like looking at you in the eyes now. How would you rate your own performance? And beyond you, the key people who have a say in your performance, what are they actually saying? Can they say, oh, this is a great team player, like the company is having results because of you? These are some important things. And for like after all the coaching hours I've done, in general, people will give general answers. But when you start to dig deeper, for example, hey, how are you doing, Elizabeth? Oh, yeah, cool to connect again. I'm glad. Well, the year started well. How are you doing? I didn't have my performance review yet. Yeah, well, why waiting for your manager? How do you think you're doing on a roll? In general, here, I'll have kind of a silence. And then, I think I'm doing well. Oh my God, I think. Is that sure enough? You need to know. Now, one thing when I say, oh, how do you know? They're like, Judith, can I know? Yes. What are the expectations of your role? And this is where it's easy to identify high performer with those who will just have a job. Because when you're just happy having a job, well, they give you a contract offer, you go to work and you do whatever you are asked. Have you noticed there you execute, you're not proactive, so you don't know. And it may happen. It is this category of people that at the end of the year, Judith, I was busy, I did extra hours. How can they say below performance? Well, do you know clearly what is expected of you in this role that is yours? Watch this last part. What is expected of you in this specific role? Many times I've seen a great engineer who was doing well. He was an engineer, but you got promoted maybe to senior or to, but they think, well, I'm doing well like previous years. It's not like previous years. Senior was added to your title or something else. So it is important to know for the specific role you are in now. How are you doing? Judith is going in detail without following her slides. The key point here essentially it's mid-year. Please don't go ahead, don't move forward without sort of taking the time to pause and reflect on your performance, you first. And then, as I said, there are some key people who have a say in he's doing well. Who can decide, yeah, you did well and you deserve that bonus. You did well, you deserve to be promoted. Oh, she was a great choice for the role. Who are those key people? Know them, connect with them, get your feedback. Okay, now Gigi's behaving as a panzer, not following her slide, just talking the thing out. Essentially, well, times are kind of tough now. I gave the example of ST. You just started a new role. You're still trying to figure out. There's a lot of books, there are a lot of things written around the first 30, 60, 90 days on a roll. And this person is kind of like hitting the 6 months. But they are told that another change is happening. If it was you, like, do you continue to push, to press forward, to deliver on this role? What will the role become if things change by September? Um, what adaptation, what impact for me and for my team is kind of a lot of things between learning, mastering, the key result, the key people, the key stakeholders, the key activities to ensure consistent performance in the new role. And how do I adapt that to ensure my team is not dissolved? What will actually happen to me and my team by September if finally jobs are cut? It's a lot for someone to manage. And as a consequence, in general, people who are facing this kind of multiple changes happening, anxiety, fear, not sleeping well, it's so common when maybe I've been coaching with the leader before and then that situation happens. Coaching becomes more about peace, calm, like keep their health, to keep the balance in the midst of all of that. Because with the multiple changes, you don't really know where do I stand. It's like multiple plates are moving. How do I keep solid here? And a lot of times in organization, the behaviors of people will change. People put themselves in protective mode. Even those who are collaborating, people from other teams who are helping you, it's more, people are not very open, especially when it's situations of restructuration and it's been announced that there will be job losses. Fear, anxiety, stress. Some people even get sick. Mindset, what will happen to me? And what I want to offer to you today is, well, whether the cut jobs, whether the structure changes or a new team is happening, how am I contributing to the success of the business? How can I contribute to the new thing coming? Whether we are merging or being acquired, that new thing that is happening, what opportunity is it giving to me? You're thinking future, you're thinking creatively, you're thinking positively. It's not how can I protect, keep, and save, but hey, what is it bringing? So, shift number one, I told you at least 3 to 5 things to do. Number one, what's your mindset? It's a question I want to offer to you. What's your mindset about the change, about the multiple change or the multiple layers? We said in the case of SC, it's multiple, new in the role, managing her and the team, and then the new thing happening. Maybe she's in meetings where they're discussing all of this. No matter all these layers, check your mindset. What do you think? Are you in a place where, ooh, fear? When I talked to her, I heard anxiety, I heard fear. Well, if that's the reality, what's happening with you? What is causing the fear? And what I want to offer you, what is the opportunity? Think about the opportunity. Oh, they're cutting jobs and replacing them with AI tools. Yeah, how could your team and yourself position yourself as AI leaders? It's opportunity. You can do more. You can take the lead and show people how to leverage this for their benefit. But if you're just thinking preservation, closing, it may even show in the way you show up, because your talk, your language will say fear. well, you can start to look for another job. You are not going to comfort people that are reporting to you. So, shift number one, where is your mindset? And if you feel like you are in a negative, protective fear or anxiety, how can you reframe it? I suggested think about the opportunity. It's just one, it's not all, but that's one way. What is the opportunity that the change brings? That's at the level of the mindset, which is a big part of it. Because if you just think about it and you want to protect yourself, it's just fear. You're coming from a place of fear, and fear freeze. It's not expansion. You're not creating something new. You are reacting, not proactively creating with those involving the transformation, the change, the restructuration. You're just protecting. It will show in your behavior, in how you talk, in how you lead your team. Mindset is one. The next thing I want to invite you to think about is the stages of change. There are various models on stages of changes. Um, what I'm proposing here, am I at the right slide? Oh my God, to the glory. Well, the one I suggested here, can I find it? Yeah, no, not sure. Anyways, we will continue to be the Panzer here. Are you there, please? Um, okay, I'm not finding that slide, but essentially there's the model of Kuhn that has like three parts where you unfreeze the change, there's the change, and then you refreeze. It's like when you are at the stage of unfreeze is where this fear that we talked about, what will happen to me? Oh, damn, again, I'm so used to this in conversations. Oh, like every year that they're changing restoration every year, like this person is still in the unfreeze, they're still struggling to accept, to acknowledge, to consider, and to, yeah, just accept it. Because I think I'll be crude here. When leadership has decided that change will happen, there's not much you can do about that. If they decide we are restructuring, acquisition, merger, or whatever, that you don't control. It's not in your circle of control. And the more you are like, why are they doing this? I don't just understand why. It's helping no one, stealing your sleep, affecting your health. And you may be giving that to your direct report. We don't want that. If you've been watching the series by John Maxwell that I do on Wednesday, the leader is proactive. He looks for the opportunity. So if you're still in the phase of unfreezing, maybe time to accept that this is like part of the things I don't control. I cannot stop rain from falling on my hair. It happened this morning when I was preparing to go to church, and you see, the curls are not very defined. I could get mad and do a lot of things, but I couldn't stop the rain from falling. Now I can choose to remove my coat and put on my hair. I can do something, but stopping the rain, I cannot. If the board, if those who make decision, those who put their money, they've decided that restructuration, cut, or whatever, you cannot change that. And how do you acknowledge the phase you are in the language when it's still very much resistance? Why? I don't understand. You're still in the unfreeze. You've not yet accepted that change is happening because change is happening, and you cannot solve that except if it's a change initiated by you for you. Okay, I want to exercise now 7 days a week. You have control over that. Essentially, to check if you are in unfreeze, are you like very much a victim? Oh, I don't know. There's a lot of there in your language. Um, when you have accepted the change, you will start to talk. It will show in your language. Okay, we've started having the meetings with the new company coming in. We've started I've organized. You are actively in action, doing things for the change. Then you are in the second phase. You have accepted and you are in action. So on freeze, you're like resistance. And then the last phase is when you have already accepted, taken the actions for the change, what is under your responsibility, and now you are even sustaining the momentum. You've gone through the change, gotten the result, and putting in place things to sustain the change. In general, when you are in this last phase, positive, you see how you have grown, how people have grown, how the organization has transformed. It's a lot of positive and seeing that the change was beneficial. I feel like taking a little pause here and ask you, as you're watching this, thank you to like the 5 people watching this. I'm on Restream. Can I check your answers? If you can, let me know if you're going through this kind of disruption and change. What phase of change are you in? And I say an easy thing to help you acknowledge this is your talk. Are you having resistance, victim, why talk, or action? This is what is going. We are in the midst of the change. This is what is happening, the present here and now. You are in action, or you are actively seeing, learning, and implementing things to sustain the change. Knowing exactly where you are will help. Why? Because if, as we discuss, you realize, ooh, Judith, I'm still in the unfreezing phase. Okay, what can you do to quickly get in the change phase? You cannot stop the change. You cannot stop the change. And as I like to offer the leaders I work with, instead of like fighting, the more you fight, the more it's heavy. But if you get with the mood, it gets easier. If you get in the same direction, like with the change, okay, you can find your strides. So it'll be easier for you, for your health, for your team, for everyone, if you actually get and accept this I cannot change, and focus on what you can change, which is another thing I want to offer you. um as you clearly acknowledge, I cannot change this. I told you a couple minutes ago, it rained on my head today. It was not like this. um I could not stop the rain, but I could remove this and cover my hair or put something else that I have the power on. So no matter the change that is happening, new role, I don't know what will happen for my team. What do you have control over? I took the example in a lot of organizations. Things are changing, how to integrate. A lot of head counts are reduced to use more AI. Yes, how can you and your team proactively position yourself to leverage that AI? Instead of we don't want it, it's bad, it's like you cannot stop it. It's here. As I said in another live, AI is here and it's going nowhere. Instead of, oh, I hate they are like this. How could AI help you and your team be more effective? That's the second thing. So first step was mindset. Check your mindset. Where are you? Step number 2, in terms of the stages of changes, where are you? And then when you have clearly identified, if I'm in the unphrases, what do I need to get into the change, to get in action with things proactively, do what I can to contribute to make the change what I want, to leverage the opportunity that change brings. You can do that. And that's why I love proactive. Because when it's proactive, you can design, you can create, you can choose. You don't wait for people to decide everything just for you to come and execute. Well, yeah, reorganization, for example. I don't know, Judith is up there. Great. But what does that mean? What is the business after? What do the investor want? And what ideas? What can you suggest for your team and your organization? Who might benefit? What could be put in place with that new direction? Now you are getting creative and you can partner with your leadership. They may like your ideas. They may not have thought about your ideas. And that's the point. That's the point. That's the power in proactive. What can I change? Which will put you in creative. You make something happen in your own terms. Judy, you like to do things in your own terms. I just feel like it's much better to have a say than to just have to execute whatever was decided. So that's a pillar that can help. Where are you and adjusting, placing yourself? The third thing you can do now, and that I've seen time and time and time and time again, is clarity on expectation. If you forget everything else, don't forget this one. For this role, how are you contributing to the business result in your role, you and your team? What data can you, like, talking business language, how are you helping this organization, this team, to make money, to save money? It is important to know this. Like, for all the coaching I've done with people in technology, well, Judith, I don't know, this is very abstract. I develop code. I am more in a QA aspect. I am more like this. Go deeper. That code that you develop, what does it do to the business line using that app, that application, that website? Are there some statistics showing how the new functionality you are to deliver, say this quarter, what impact you have on member, on clients, on this is something it is great to really know how your role, how your daily task contributes to that. And on top of it, if you can really have something measurable, um, a data story you can tell. That's excellent. It's good to know what is expected of you in this role, how your role contributes to the business results, and be able to communicate on the impact. The impact, not technology wise, but because of the optimization of the API, it takes less time. The servers are more effective because of the optimization of whatever. So we can move from something very technical to something very business. But to even get that, like, do you know exactly the expectations for your role? So many times when I ask the question in coaching conversation, well, I really don't know. In fact, I just my boss said I should just keep doing what I'm doing. Ooh, what does that mean? Oh, you're in great place. Don't worry. Just keep doing that. What does that mean? Doing what? Delivering, presenting, aligning with stakeholders. What? And I also do admit that a lot of senior leaders, even for themselves, is not very clear. But your questions can help your leader level up. So when they say, just keep doing what you're doing, boss, what does that mean? Yeah, people are happy to work with you. Oh, does that mean you appreciate the way I work with key stakeholders? It could be that. Not the way you coordinate things, you always deliver your things on time. These are specific things, and then you can ask a reframe question. Now it's like the coach speaking. You can ask a question to help your leader clarify. Just take the courage and dare to do that. That's also why we have one-on-ones, because when you're clear on what you do well, and that key stakeholder, your manager, your manager's manager, or people you interact with, oh, it's great to work with Judith because she come, double down on that, continue to communicate even more. If it's your ability to work well with stakeholder, ensure all your stakeholders are happy and capture data for that. It is essential because this is what will tell the story of check. On this role, I'm required to deliver, to do well cross-functional teams, and to deliver on my project on time, on budget. These are like three things. So how are your projects Do you have a scoreboard showing the status of your project, showing that they are on budget, on time? And then a feedback, a zip file with the feedback of people you're working with, clearly saying that we are happy to work with this person. This is like what I like to say when you ask the question, how are you doing? When comes time for review, like we talked last week, hey, you can clearly say on this role as an engineering manager, I'm expected to inspire, motivate my people to do this. I have a team of 15. On the 15, this is how they're doing. This is the feedback. This is what the performance looks like. It's a good story you want to tell with data to show for it. And this is one key thing that's why I said if you forget about everything else, don't forget about this one. What is expected of you in your role? So if you're still here, ST, question for you. When you got on that new job in January, what aligned goal, aligned expectation? I want to stress another aspect now. It's good to know the expectation, but to have some sort of handshake with your manager or key people who measure you on your performance. Because sometimes there's lack of alignment. You think, okay, I have to do this. Previous years, I have done this. But if the manager has changed and they want something else or they want more from you, it could even be the same manager, but they want more from you. So if you're not aligned, it needs to be some sort of handshake in the middle. Yeah, so what needs to happen for me to have outstanding performance? Well, deliver design, lead meetings, coordinate, train, mentor, all of this is documented somewhere. When the boss has clearly said, I want to see this, capture that and find a way to communicate how do what you're doing on these key things. Find a way. There's some people who do this so well. They have kind of an Excel sheet always running. So when there's anything that they deliver or that happens related to those key expectations, they capture it. And maybe at the end of the month, this is how I delivered on the key things expected of me on this role. And then they'll ask the boss, are we? Yes, no. Oh, I want to see more of this. And they'll improve in the next year. Find a way. This is someone I work with that was really very diligent, and this person really like Excel. If you're watching this, Brittany, you know it's you. A lot of people could benefit of your Excel sheet to track your performance. You may not be Brittany, but you, in the way you are organized, in the way you function, do you have a list of expectations for your role? Do you have an agreement? Do you have a handshake with your manager or the people involved in your performance management that this is really what we want to see? And 6 months in the year, what can they say? What have they said on your performance? Which is another key thing. Well, yeah, when we started, they said they wanted this. Okay, so 6 months in. Really, I have not yet had my mid year. No, I'm not talking about the mid year. You don't have to wait for the mid year to ask for feedback. Those key people, how are you connecting with them? So if they spend 6 months without hearing from you, eh, how do you know you're leveling up to what they're expected of you? And I want to precise the key stakeholders is not just your manager. Are there some people from other team that you are interacting with? You know, in general, in some organization, that's how they even do the performance thing. They'll go and ask other people, people you interact with, people you work with, people from other tower. Hey, how does it feel working with Judith? Do you know? Do you think? Do you? These are the people you should know. These are the people you should connect with. These are the people you should ask for feedback to, regular feedback. This not only would allow you to have great relationship, The fact you ask them feedback, oh, you care about their point of view. The fact that you keep them updated on what you did with their feedback will make you stand out. And it will be easy when they have these calibration meetings for, oh, yeah, actually, Judith asked me, we work on this, it changed. When we started, it was not like that, but like 2, 3 months in, this happened. There's so much benefit. So, to summarize this shift number 3, get clear on expectations. And you cannot get clear on expectations on your own. You cannot. You may have an idea, it needs validation. Ask. Ask the person who rates you. Ask HR. And don't just ask one person. Um, I call them stakeholders. Who are the key people who have a say in your performance? Hey, when you're put on a performance improvement plan, you notice that in general, in those meetings, HR is somewhere. So HR, you can ask, don't tell me, Judith, what I hear sometimes in coaching conversation. Well, my manager is not like that. He doesn't give details. Have you asked HR? No. Why not? Well, my organization is not like those big companies, very well structured, okay? But who will be involved in telling you at the end of year, great performance, outstanding performance, you deserve a bonus? Who can decide that you perform so well that you deserve an extra bonus? Who are those key people? Those key people are what I call your stakeholders. Make a list of them, connect with them, and regularly ask for feedback. Well, Judith, we don't have 360 feedback. You don't need 360 feedback. You can call, you can get into their office. It's the mindset. And my invitation today, you feel there's chaos, there's all of this disruption, restructuration. What are those key stakeholders saying you about? In the midst of all of this, do they think you're delivering? Ask them. Because when in those meetings where sometimes they have to decide who stays, who goes, well, they are used to talking with you. They're used to you asking them feedback. So it'll be easier for them to say when they mention Judith, oh, well, yeah, we had a meeting. We have regular touch point. It's true. I myself also work with them. It's like easy to give the perception this person, one, is well connected, two, does a great job, looking for the feedback, works well with others, which are all qualities that are great. It's like you are a great team player. It's like you care about the point of view of others. You want to learn. You can work well. So no matter the direction the company is going, a good team player that other people are saying good things about has greater chance to preserve their job. So that's shift number 3. Know and validate. You don't have to wait for a 360. Know. And to know, ask. Ask your manager, ask HR, ask people you're working with, and document those things, because those feedback, those emails are the things that you can use to establish that stakeholders are happy with your work. So, you know your key stakeholders, you know what they think about you, you get their feedback. Okay, what did they say? What did they say? Maybe you've even done a 360 feedback, which is a great tool. I recommend, if it's offered in your organization, go for it. Sometimes people are afraid, I'm not sure what will come out of it. You don't have to. Feedback allows you to know the perception of others. If you don't know the perception of others, how can you change? How can you adjust? So many times we think, I'm a cool girl, I'm a cool girl. But it's not maybe the same thing that people are seeing. This is so true because like when I just arrived here from where I was brought up in Africa, like now things have changed, but then you don't look like a leader in the eye. You show respect. That's mark of respect. But here in North America, not looking, it's like this person lacks confidence. It's something I had to work on. So I could come up and, oh, I'm very respectful, like, but when they are having their meetings, no, Judith is not ready. Like she's, it's like she's shy. It's like she's not sure. It's like she lacks confidence. And these are things that a 360 will bring up, because when you ask people, they will tell you, she seems to, she's brilliant, but she seems to. Or if you think you're great, um, but you come out in a rough way to others, you come in a 360. So the 360 not only will give you feedback on how you're doing, but also the perception of others. And now you can switch it. Okay, what does all of this has to do with the change? Um, in the midst of change reorganization, the 360 will have brought up things you might need to work on. So if you did one, what are you doing with that feedback? Is there an ongoing plan with actions that you're taking to show the people who stop and give you feedback you're doing something with it? It's good to know. It's good in the midst of change. What feedback have you received and what are you doing with the feedback? When you have a plan, it's good to have a plan, which is something I also see a lot. Why I did a 360, can we debrief? Oh yeah, maybe, and then 2 3 months after, it's not really important. How so? Because they took the time to, what are you doing with that? And I can see the difference. This person gave me feedback. You cannot tell who said what. But even in the relationship with direct report and manager, the debrief came out, okay, you're abrasive, or you need to work on your people skills, you need to be more collaborative, you need to present more, you need to communicate better. And a month or two after, you have another meeting with your manager. Yeah, as we did the 360 feedback, this came up. I took this training. Now I'm facilitating launch and learn. Whoa, this is progress. This is growth. You did something with the feedback. So it will be hard during calibration meetings that someone will come and say, "Oh, she did well. No good. She doesn't communicate." Da, da, da. Well, yeah, she had the issue. It came up in the 360. They did a training. Are you aware that they're doing launch and learns? Zip. You had the feedback. You created an action plan. There's data showing that you are in action to change the feedback. That's one example. If you ask the feedback to your stakeholders and they're like, "Oh, you're great on the role. We would like to see more of this." Capture their feedback and do something with it. Do something with it. And when you feel you've made progress, let those stakeholders know. These are the people who give feedback. These are the people who can see you're a team player. These are the people who will put your name out there as someone who is driven by business results, who is willing to take action, and who communicates, who really is a team player. And the more you have people putting your name out there in a positive way, the more you're making the team of the select few that no matter what happens, you can count on this person. So step number 4, after you know you're clear on the expectation, if you've received feedback, if there are things you need to work on, if there are areas of opportunity, ensure there's a plan and communicate the progress you're making to people who gave that feedback. Well, Judith, I didn't have the feedback. People are happy. I know the expectation and I'm delivering. Okay, the next question for you is, who knows? Who knows you're so great at your work? Um, how are you communicating on your impact? Which is another thing I hear in coaching sessions are lacking, particularly women. I didn't mean to pick on anyone here. Yeah, women, even research has shown that it's not Judith making up this. Um, for research shows that women, well, even when going for a job, Sometimes they wait to have like 75 to 80% of what the job requires before they can apply. Man, they have 25% and it's like they are the thing. The confidence going, talking about the huge things. Have you, maybe you've known this peer or this colleague who has just been in meetings and then in executive meetings, they are reporting as if they actually did, all these big, big, big things. I can hear you say, yeah, I hate these people who take all the place. That's not the point. Because they are communicating, people see them. And it is their faces, their voices, their names that are noticed by senior management. You need to ensure that key stakeholders know how you're driving results. Yeah, you know what is expected of you and you are delivering on it great. Ensure also that key people who need to know, they know it. I've had people, it's at the end of the year when they're doing their performance, oh, the thing is done, and the thing, it's even the manager who said, okay, I didn't hear anything about this leadership thing you did, or about the lunch and learn, or about this project that you helped the other team. Well, yeah, but that wasn't part of like, oh, imagine all the other things that you might have left aside by not communicating it to key stakeholders. That's why I said I talk and I was laughing, but having that Excel sheet to capture, I did this meeting, this, I work on this. What are they contributing to? When you have your key pieces for my role for cross function to go beyond and above, I could do this. Capture the things you've done, the outcome, not only to tell the story, but to gather the feedback, the data that will confirm that definitely this person went beyond the remit, beyond their assignment. And communicate to key. Like if your manager doesn't know, how can they give a special bonus because you work with another team or something? If they don't know, they cannot reward that thing that you did. Communicate. And I feel like stopping here, look you in the eye and say, what are you doing to communicate the impact? What are you doing to communicate your scoreboard? I prefer the board thing. It's easy. I like dashboard. Not a lot of people have time, particularly executive, to read long novels. Are you keeping your scoreboard, and are you communicating your scoreboard to key stakeholder who might be interested, who might benefit from you sharing your scoreboard? This is a question. Oh, well, I just do it with my manager. Oh, well, yeah, but you work like with 4 different teams. Do you update them on the result? Oh, I didn't think about that. And I know this marketing people, they also need to know because it makes them, they put it on their newsletter. Oh, okay. Now you start to see how communicating the impact, the progress, it helps other people. And in general, it will be my introvert, reserved, humble leaders who will feel like, I don't need to brag about myself. It's not bragging. Are you helping your team get more budget, have the visibility on the work, the good work they're doing? If you're not communicating on your scoreboard, well, um, you're doing a disservice to a lot of people. And what I want to offer, if you're watching this and you feel like I'm a humble person, it's not my thing to just brag. Yeah, it's not about you. As the VP of this, do everyone in the organization know the impact, how you save money, time, or the well-being? Oh, I don't think. Yes, think about it like that. It's not about you. Imagine the impact it will do to the team, to their ability to grow their career, to their ability to be on the select list. We're talking disruption, change, restructuration, merging, acquisition, or whatever. When those who make decision know that the team of Paul, they are great, they are agile, they deliver on time, they're like this, it's good for them. Paul, be shy. And now you're not Paul, you're the VP. So I just want to call your attention here. Communicating your, if they don't know, they cannot reward it. If they don't know that you have special keys skills in whatever, sometimes it's like, oh, I don't understand why they choose that person. I'm here and I've even been trained, I have a certification. Okay, who knew? No, you're calm, reserved, you're not talking. But why would they give it to you if they don't know? Like they're not, they cannot guess. Hey, you want to continue to be safe. You want to continue to have great performance, having all the support, the resources. Communicate on your scoreboard. The scoreboard is also a very good thing that will let you and your team know if you're winning. When you know clearly what is expected, we have to deliver, I don't know, 15 widgets this year, and then 6 months in, you've delivered five, you're late. The scoreboard will show you you're late. And sometimes looking at that scoreboard is just five, but the budget is more than half. I'm in trouble. So you need to tweak to adjust things. It's not just like wake up and do the day to day bigger picture for this role, me and my team, for our remit, where are we? And keeping a scoreboard. That's why in teams that do a lot of tech support, when you come in, there's in general like a big TV. As soon as you get into the office, you can see red. It tells you, oh my God, this will be a tough day. It's called, it has told you more tickets than support or more whatever, something happening. So you need to adjust. It's the same thing with the scoreboard. It can even alert you on your performance, which is something people don't have until they're told. They find themselves in this meeting with HR where, oh, you're going to be put on PIP. How? No, you didn't check. How were you tracking? Did you ask for feedback? And this scoreboard is a great tool that you can use with your manager, with other stakeholders, and you can also use it for yourself. You can also use it to report how you're doing well. You can also use it to show how you deserve special bonus because the scoreboard said you are supposed to be here, you are kind of 25, 30% above. It's a great tool to have. It's a great tool to have. And when you have that discussion on expectation with your manager, try and bring the discussion down to something that can be measurable. When you can measure, you can report, do we have it, yes or no? Are we exceeding? It's great to have a scoreboard. I'm being told that, whoa, Judy, time is almost over. Essentially, yeah, I suggested to share some key pillars that can help you no matter what is going on, new transformation, merger, acquisition, or reduction in headcount. There are some things that can help you be safe and ensure your performance is top. Do you know that, especially when there is the exercise to reduce personnel, when they are in this leadership meeting, okay, prepare your list. I've never ever been in those meetings and they'll start to look at the top performer. No, you want to keep your top performer because they are the ones who continue to deliver in hard days when you have less resources. They're agile, they're like this. And the pillars that were shared were to help you be on that top list, not below. You don't want to be below. It's easy when they cut to just cut and then you're thrown away. So, a quick summary before I'm told or before the buzz goes out like Judith is too much. One, your mindset about what is going on, transformation, disruption, transformation, change, or whatever. When you think about it, what happens? What's your response to that? Huh, I better cover my back. It's protective. You're not creating. It's resistance. What is it that can you change it? Can you stop it? No. What is it that you can change? What opportunity does this transformation, restructuration, merging, or acquisition brings to you? When you start to think opportunity, oh, what can I? We are in the present creation mode. Yes, you've moved from protection, preservation into creation. Step number two. Are you checking your language, the way you carry yourself, the way you lead your team, the way are you hearing language of unflinching resistance fighting, or are you actively involved in the change? My invitation is for you to think, what can I do to be actively involved? Because you are in action proactive. You're part of those who create, not those who just react or execute. When you're part of the team of those who create, you can influence. You can actually get things go the way you want. The third thing, besides the mindset and the status, the place you are in the change, the next thing, which is the biggest, forget everything, but this one, no. What is expected of you in this role? While waiting for the next thing, if you're watching this, Esther, if you're still with me here, while waiting for things to be clarified in September, for the new role you were giving in January, how are you doing? What are the expectations? How are you doing? Do you have data to show that you're doing well? If data is saying you're not doing well, do you have a plan? And are you acting? Are you doing something to improving that plan and letting key stakeholders know the progress you're making? This is the crux. A lot of people are not clear. A lot, a lot are not clear. How do I get to know the expectation? Ask your manager, your leadership 360. Ask your manager, ask the people you're working with. It doesn't even have to be formal. Ask HR, people you interact with. Ask and document. And when you hear what they would like to see and hear and get from you, keep them informed on the progress. We want more collaboration. Okay, for example, because a lot of times people say these are abstract things. It's not abstract. Collaboration, we have meetings. Can you measure how long it takes for you to come? You can find ways to put measurable on what they said. And those measurable are the things you put on that scoreboard and then you communicate. Uh, you may hear a noise going on here because the time is over. I hope it was useful, ST. I can't wait to hear how this helped you because you got me to create this resource. For you, I will offer the toolkit for free. So let's connect with me on LinkedIn. uh, Created as I was working on this webinar content, I developed a toolkit with the Performance Navigator. By the time I'm doing the live, my designer didn't tell me it's already yet. So maybe now in the description you don't have the link to it, but it's coming. Yay, good news. With the help of YouTube, I could figure out the way to connect my fourth wall shop. So more and more now you would directly be able to access the things I talk about and buy it if you think it can help you. So I may update the description with the link to that toolkit. It's like 19 individual worksheets where you to help you get clear on your goal, to help you that handshake with your manager. I don't know how to you not have to think about it for you. 19 worksheet for both the manager if you're leading people to help them navigate the disruption, or if you are an individual contributor, you want to continue to perform well. So maybe I'll do some more video to show you what it's like. I have some images of the thing. How did this video help you? I hope it was useful. Let me know if you like this content and if you're like, wow, Jimmy, why would he only have workbook when you see my post? Ask me some real questions and I will answer well real detailed instructions. It's the way she approached on LinkedIn. She opened up, gave a lot of details. If you want to do that, reach out, let me know. Don't forget to email me so I can send you the zip file. It was a pleasure for me to connect with you, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you other ways, new type of format of content that can help bring out the best professional, the high professional, the effective leader that you can be. As you know, in 2025, it's all about activating and amplifying the super whatever is in you. It was a pleasure. I'm Judy Glory, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Bye.